Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I'm so glad to see you. And as you know, October is National Pregnancy Loss Awareness Month. And we're just going to take a little bit of time this morning to pause and to honor all the women who have loved and lost babies and to applaud their courage because it is really a hard experience to endure. And the fact that these gals get up and keep going and plowing forward, they deserve an applause and they deserve our appreciation and our honor. Now, if you've ever wondered, how do I cope with the waves of grief that come on my due date or on the anniversary of my loss, then you're in the right place because we're going to talk about that this morning. And I have a question that was sent in to me from Lindsay, and this is what she says. Hi Pam, thank you for writing the Empty Arms Journal. A friend gave it to me after my miscarriage. The structure of 20 minutes a day to work through my grief using your guided exercises has removed a lot of my confusion and fear. I'm learning how to let go of my pain and heal. It's been almost a year since we lost our baby, and the due date is coming up. Sometimes I feel like I'm drowning in sadness all over again. Kind of like the miscarriage just happened yesterday. Am I doing something wrong? It seems like I should be feeling better by now and not so overwhelmed by sadness. Do other people go through this? Or can you please just suggest some ways to cope? Thanks for caring, Lindsay. Lindsay, I love that question because you're hitting on something so important. We call it in the counseling office anniversary grief because on the anniversary of your due date, your body remembers, every cell in your body remembers either the date of the loss or the date that the baby was due, or both. And so that comes as a huge surprise to most of us the first time we go through this. And I want to just offer you a couple of tips as we go forward. And I know that those of you in the listening audience, you're going to have some great ideas as well. And I hope you'll comment below because we want to kind of share with one another the things that have worked for us. But one of the things that really worked for me was I had to begin to expect that my body was going to flood with waves of grief on the due date and on the date of my loss. I wish somebody had shared that tip with me because after we lost our baby halfway to term, my husband and I decided on that, while we were in the summer on that due date, we were going to be out of town. We were going to be in another country where we had purposed to give ourselves in sharing things with children that would help the quality of their lives. And while we were gone on the morning of that due date, we were in a lovely hotel with a whole other team of people that we really enjoyed. I could not get out of bed. I wasn't sick, but I was just overwhelmed. And I wondered what in the world is wrong with me. I couldn't pull it together. I couldn't go out and face all the other people. And I didn't put it together. I knew it was my due date, but I thought, this is ridiculous. I just feel awful. So I told my husband to go ahead and go on with the day and, all the activities. And I stayed back and I began to write in my journal. And soon it became very clear that I was doing the hard work of grief and I needed to conserve my energy and take that time alone and download and express some of those feelings. I actually pulled my guitar out that day and I wrote a little song. And you know what? That song really helped lift my spirits and bring me back to kind of center where I remembered that this life isn't all there is. And I remembered my baby in heaven. Second thing that can really help is not only expecting anniversary grief to kind of be a tough thing to deal with on the day of your loss or on your due date, but secondly, prepare for it. And one of the things I've done in the past is I've asked like 3 people if they would just pray for me once a day about 30 days ahead of that important date. And you probably have friends that you can reach out to and just ask if they would pray for you because we kind of need that extra support and sustenance and strength. And I have really found that to make a big difference. And I've leaned into the power of those prayers and others helping carry me along in the process. Another thing that I try to do is pace myself and not expect the same kind of output that I normally give, like as I'm approaching that due date or the anniversary of the loss, because grief is such hard work. It takes so much energy and we don't realize it. We forget, particularly the further out we get from that anniversary date. So pace yourself and give yourself a lot of grace. Reduce your expectations. So there you have it, Lindsay. Those are a few ways that you can prepare for anniversary grief and hopefully cope a little bit better. Now, another question I often get is, how can we honor our loss and remember our baby with love? Well, I would love to share a few ideas with you, and time is short, so I want to share one, and that is just write a little love note to your baby and express all the things that you would like to say to them on that particular day. Another idea is buy a few helium balloons and just maybe think about that baby and release those balloons up to heaven as just a token of your remembrance and of your love. Another thing that people do is just get a little piece of jewelry and engrave it, maybe with the baby's name or the due date, something that you can just cherish and remember and keep with you for life. Now, I have another 10 tips that I would love to share with you on how to honor your loss and remember your baby with love. And all you have to do is hop on over to pamvredevelt.com/honor, and you can pick up these 10 tips for honoring your loss and remembering your baby with love. It's a free download, just pamvredevelt.com/honor. And I would love for you to have those and maybe pick up some creative ideas for how you can remember your baby with love. It's been great to have you today. Thank you for joining me. And I would love for you to share in the comments below any other ideas that you have. You take good care, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Mom, real quick.
Yes.
What was the song that you wrote?
The song that I wrote was called, "Oh Lord my God, I Worship You."
How does it go? Sing it for us.
Oh, you don't want me to
Yes,
sing
I do.
that? Okay, so the song goes, "Oh Lord my God, I worship you. You are my peace in this hour. With outstretched arms, I sing to you. You are my strength and my power. You reign on high. Almighty is your name. Glory, glory. I give you glory. O Lord of glory, I worship you."
I did not know that was what that song was for.
Yes, so
That's
my
so
daughter is
beautiful.
here prompting me to sing, which I don't care to sing on camera in front of everybody, but that was the song that I wrote in honor to the baby that we lost on its due date, and I sing it often.
Beautiful, Mom.
Thank you, Jessie.
Thank you.
All right. Love to everybody in the audience, and share your ideas below. Take good care.